I might not want to do this. All right, I may lose power while this is actually happening because let me look at this radar because I didn't see where it said anything about. Golly. Oh, shit. I am currently sandwiched. I'm going to have to screenshot that and show you. Let me zoom in on Craft Chest Island right quick. Yeah. I am sandwiched in between two cross-secting storms. One is headed northeast, or swinging around to northwest, and the other one is right below, already swinging northwest, so they're intersecting. And yeah, that's bringing a lot. It's worse now. Here we are, day after landfall, approximately 24 hours now. Well, a little over 24 hours. It has been worse now than the actual hurricane making landfall itself. And I keep looking over because you're not hearing wind whistling through my window. You're actually hearing, if you could hear that, that's wind blowing through the trees and everything, howling almost worse than when the actual hurricane was blowing through. Feeder bands will not go away for some reason, and it has been that way since about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll probably look like, oh yeah, and here's the overused phrase of the week, getting hammered, by the way, just to let you know. But I look like hammered dog shit right now. I was able to clean up, didn't shave, hadn't put my gel cap on or anything like that. I'm putting my cap on to try to look like, all the other officials, like they're rolling up their sleeves and actually out there doing something. Myself, I'm monitoring radars and the yards, front and back, and staying the fuck inside, fuck outside. Because until this passes over, I'm not getting out there. There's no reason to. If people did not prepare like me and actually have plenty of food, water, shelter, and have your get the fuck out prepness, then shame on you because you knew it was coming. You know where you live. That's the thing that amazes me. You know where you live. Prepare for anything. Okay? If you prepare for a zombie apocalypse, you are ready to weather the storm. That's all I got to say. And actually, it was pretty neat. Damn, I didn't get to record it. I actually have the post, though. I sent a post in. I'm going to show you this while it's on my mind. I have to. Just, I don't know why, but I have to. All right. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. I don't know if you can see this. Actually, where's the camera? I'm going to just actually point it up here. Here's the post I sent in to a radio station. And it says, in my town, south of 90, rain is now worse than the actual surge. Road flooded on both ends. Absolutely true. The water's actually receded on the west end, I think that is. Yeah, the west end. The east end is just like over the bridge. I don't know how that's possible because before it actually got to the bridge last time this was flooded. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The road's flooded on both ends. Got my zombie apocalypse gear ready. So all good anyway. And that got read on the air. And I wonder how many people actually chuckled at that. And I wonder how many people actually said, you know what? That is a good idea. Because if you're ready for a zombie apocalypse, you're damn near ready for anything. And that means including self-preservation and property preservation. That's something I want to vent here. And this is actually going to be a pretty lengthy video. It's ramble chest at this point. Because the storm's still happening out here. By the grace of my cloud wizard, I still have power. I still have internet. So I decided, you know what? It's been long enough. It's 2 days after the fact. Or this is actually the 30th. And it's time for me to make a video and do an update for everybody. As you can see, it's kind of empty around here because I am still in that mode of get the fuck out. I did not get the fuck out all the way I wanted to because, and I'm not trying to say nothing, it's just what it was. I know it was. Let me put it, there was an SUV, large SUV, full of people of Hispanic persuasion. I ain't never seen that many Mexicans around here before. And my road is closed on both ends and has been for a couple of weeks now. The road is flooded and there's no reason for somebody to be creeping by my driveway, go up a little bit like nobody's paying attention at the time, At the time, I had the windows open. I think it was, yeah, oh, no, no, no. I know what it was. I had the front door open. I was loading some stuff up. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I went out there. And so I came in. I looked through the window and waited till they come back the other way. And I was going to try to get a picture of them with the camera because I have the old cam over here on standby where I can just plug it in, throw it in the window in case something super, spectacular happens. I just throw it on live stream while the power's up. And we did that, by the way. We actually did about 12 hours of streaming. Oh, God. I'm so embarrassed. Who is it? My friend from Rockford, Illinois was in there. Forgive me. I'm bad. I'm tired. I'm rocking like 2 hours sleep since this thing happened, maybe 4. But anyway, he was watching the whole time at work and then at home. I had several other people show up to the live stream. I posted it. All right, so it's your fault if you missed it. I might put the live stream back up. I'll put the link down here for you if you just want to watch it rain and the wind blow and tornadoes popping everywhere. I've had about 4 tornadoes this morning. One skipped. Literally, I heard this rumble. I could feel it like, sitting here and I was looking at radar and news and trying to find out what's going on around here. And that's my point to this video. I'll get to that in a minute, hopefully. And I heard this rumbling, and then it's like the wind lifted. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And then it kind of shifted over like northeast, swinging around. And then I heard this crash bang stuff happening way off in the distance because I hear echoes off the water all the time when something, happens. It kind of echoes through. And sure enough, it was a couple of tornadoes popped down, one over across the bridge over Pascagoula. So yeah, it's been an exciting morning. It's worse now than it was when the surge happened. Here's what I was getting at. If you do all this coverage up until the storm has made landfall, where you at after the fact? Because they always say the worst is still to come. The worst is still to come. I heard that so many times from everybody. The worst is now happening. Where the fuck are you? And I'm saying that to both city officials, county officials, state officials, news officials, and everybody else that wants to put official in front of their name or behind it, whatever you're going to put it in. Where are you? All right? Because all the radios are playing rerun reports. Like right now, that's the same report's been playing for hours, like since 7 o'clock this morning. All right, I recognize the voice. I recognize what he's saying there. The news station totally just disappeared, and they're just posting automated posts from the National Weather Service. I can get that information myself or watch the radar and pay attention to it, because, if you don't have a smartphone, which I don't rock a smartphone, as you just saw it a minute ago, I have to actually go online to the web, and which I could do, and actually look up the post, but, people's got apps on their smartphones and all that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The news station, they had a live stream going. It was amazing. That's the most awesome thing. I kept up to date. I was able to look at radar, pay attention to the property, front and back. Did I finish the Mexican story? I didn't finish the Mexican story, did I? I'll get back to that in a minute. I know, it's like I said, I'm ramble chest right now. So, everybody just said, fuck it, I'm out. That's the feeling I got from everybody. It's like today is the worst part of it, and everybody just said, I'm out. And poof, you're gone, and there's no more live, real-time reports about the storm. I'm not concerned with me because I've been paying attention. I'm mindful. But you hear people calling into radio stations. People are posting on Facebook, and I guess I'm the only one that had the courage to call these people out because I'm getting more likes than anybody on the page. It wasn't the intent. I just wanted to know myself because I got people that are friends of mine that are kind of worried about this water rising, and a lot of people live over across the bridge in the eastern quadrant of Jackson County that want to know. And they're hearsay through this vine and that one. It's like going through a jungle of bullshit when they were doing an awesome job covering it with live streams and online reports. And now their homepage done went back to like it's business as normal, and we've had one death due to the hurricane. Really? We need to know about the flooded streets. We need to know about tornado warnings. Put the live stream back up. What's wrong with having a live stream up anyway as an alternate page for such a thing? Why do you want to wait till it happens, then code everything? Just have it ready. Then post that shit to Facebook. Then tell everybody on the airwaves You know, hey, we're live streaming. You know, if your TV's not getting good signal, if you still have internet, you still have power, we're live streaming. You know, we're going to do it from here to here. But it was like, they just said fucking them out. 9 o'clock last night, you know, when it got bad, because like 9 o'clock last night on up until right now, it has been, I have been constantly in a feeder band. And it's like, feeder band, break, feeder band, break. I'm going to talk about little breaks. So, I mean, and the people need to know, because me, like I said, I'm sitting right here. I'm on an island, so I know where I live. I'm ready to GTFO. But I'm more concerned about the general public, and it pisses me off because, you know, we got all this emergency management team that's not putting out information anywhere. You go to the county site, there's nothing there. You go to the state site, there's nothing there. All they do is they have their profile pictures. And, you know, this person did this, this, and this. Oh, and by the way, this road's closed. Really? I mean, that's from yesterday. I just don't know. But anyway, let me tell you the reason why I'm even sitting here making this video. All right, so I saw a carload of Hispanics driving back, and then they came back, and then they had an arm out, and all of them were looking over here, and then whenever I saw that they were slowing down, I actually opened the window and looked out, and then and then they took off. I'm like, oh, okay, then I see what the fuck's going on here. Poof, to the cops I went, grabbed my gun, went to the front door. As a matter of fact, I didn't go to the front door. I actually got in my car, went down there, and replaced the barricade. What happens a couple hours later? Not even a couple hours later. Somebody else moves the barricade. This time, they actually threw one off in the ditch and moved the other one to the side. All right, so then I move it back again. I told the cops, y'all need to have somebody down here. I was like, y'all talk about y'all had National Guard down here, you know, in this area. Have somebody go down there and pay attention to that every now and again. Now, I commend the National Guard for checking up this road. I commend them for it. However, they drove by, didn't put the barricade up that was down here on the other side of the street. There's like 3 barricades. One of them cautioning you, hey, you can't go this way. And then there's one on this side that's absolutely blocking it. So they drive up, they drive slow, they looked over. I guess they saw everything was fine. Didn't see the water in the house. They kept going. Good to go. They go back out. What did I do? I go out there and said, well, I hope they put the barricade back up. Go back there, the barricades moved open further because their Humvee wouldn't fit through one of them. Really? The road has a big, gigantic closed sign on it, and nobody seems to be heeding what the fuck road closed means. That's what the whole point of this video is. I know it's a ramble all the way up to this point, but it's amazing. It's against the law, first of all, to move those things. And then secondly, it's a piss poor attitude to not enforce that. Because I'm telling you now, all right, it's not a threat. Self-preservation will kick in on Craft Chest Island. All right, if I see any fuckers out there that don't present documentation that they belong here, I'm going to give them a warning, and that's it. Because being under a state of emergency, I don't care what their rule is. My rule is protect one. All right, protect oneself, one's property. Get the fuck out. Especially when they're all breaking the law anyway by coming through the barricades. You see what I'm saying? Am I the only one that this pisses off? And I know it sounds like a vent, but it's not. I am really perturbed over it. Because they have, one thing they have said, stay off the roads. Stay off the roads. If you don't need to be out, stay off the roads. You don't need that beer that bad. You don't need that bread that bad. People should have prepared. I had 3 loaves of bread, 2 packs of cheese, a dozen eggs, and 2-liter bottles filled up with water to keep everything cool in case the power goes out again. You know, frozen bottles of water in the freezer. That way I can shift everything up, and I'm good to go for 2 or 3 days. All right? That's a good little trick that I didn't put in the Get the Fuck Out video. 2-liter bottles, fill them about 3/4 way up, put them in the freezer a couple of days out from the storm like I did. If power goes out, hey, put everything in the freezer, close it, forget about it. Don't open it until you need it. But anyway, let me get back to this. Why can we not do updates to let everybody know what the fuck's going on? Here's the biggest point. I don't know, with them not reporting, are these people now, because there's been about 3 more people today, coming up the road, and now, this is the best part of all, someone has just laid the barricades flat to where you can't even see road closed. They're still across the road, but they're laying flat, I guess for more convenience to get through, which is absolute bullshit. All right, I don't understand that. Now there's no words on it. I don't know what that is. I mean, what the fuck? And every time I go to try to walk down there, because this is one of them times where I don't even like to be out on my own street. When I walk down there, every single time, just it's like poof. It's like somebody spawns a vehicle right there with headlights on. Every time. It doesn't matter. I could go out there right now, and then all of a sudden it'd be. But here's my thing. If that's officials out there doing that, why are they not putting the barricades back up? Get your lazy ass out, get wet a little bit, and put the barricades up. If it's a law, it's a law. Just the same as you arresting those looters the other day. All right? Just the same as you arresting people breaking curfew or going down roads like Highway 90. They said it's closed. They've been stopping people. They've made a couple of arrests. All right? What's the difference here? What it's good for one, it's good for the other. Don't be bending shit. If the law's the law, by God, follow the law. I have to. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say. But other than that, we're just weathering it. I don't know if you heard anything. It's kind of calm. I don't know if you guys even know. After the rebuild, we got double pane windows, like quadruple insulation in the walls. So even being close to the wind impact, I can't really hear anything in this room because there's like insulation sandwiched on each other. So you got brick, plywood, studs, triple insulation, sheetrock over that, and then some really, really thick paint over that. So there's a big sound buffer in here where I'm at, and like I can really hear it in the back because they just did regular back there. But it's amazing that even at its worst, if I didn't crack the window earlier, I couldn't even really tell nothing except for hearing the tree limbs like rattling together a little bit, and that was it, or the leaves rustling in the breeze. But we haven't flooded yet. How the water came about 10 feet from the house. It got up to the tree of concern. I don't know if anybody saw that post. That tree of concern is actually on an incline approximately 10 feet from the house, maybe 12. I don't know. I'm just calling it a 10 foot because that's what it looks like. When it comes past that tree, that's whenever I need to load up and get ready to go. All right, it didn't get to that point. It actually got worse, I think, with Ivan or Gustav. I don't know, one of those other hurricanes that I did a video on. So yeah, the front yard's actually got more water than the back, but it's draining off quickly because the whole property is actually on a slight incline. So I don't know. I just had to get that out there because it's irritating. I just that and the fact that I'm more concerned about others than I am myself, and I've been trying to give people information, through the social feeds. I've even texted a couple of radio stations when people, need something. Here's what you can do if you got it around. If you don't, you should have had it before. I mean, really, you remember back in New Year's? I know Gunto is probably thinking, yeah, it was funny and all that when I said live like MacGyver. This is one of them times you got to live like MacGyver. All right, you got to first of all be prepared for anything, and then secondly improvise. It's amazing how we lose our ability to use common sense in a catastrophe. Luckily, it hasn't been as bad for me as it was with Katrina, but I am ready if it did get to that point of having to deal with floods, and everything that is valuable to me would have been safe or saved. So that's all I can say. And for everybody else out there, batten down the hatches, be safe, don't take stupid chances, and you're going to be all right. All right. If you're not going to be all right, then you can't hide from the Cloud Wizard. He's going to get you no matter where you're at. Now that's a craft of the mind. Be safe, go out there and have some fun. And while we still got power and internet, I'm going to fire up the live stream, play me some Trackmania, and pass the time. I'm playing Trackmania, by the way, because if I drop out, it's not like an MMO where, oh my God, I'm going to die, lose XP and all that. Simple little games. It's like Minesweeper, but it's Trackmania.